It seems that the rivalry between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford was sparked the moment they both left the ring in Saudi Arabia, after the announcement of their eagerly awaited fight, scheduled for September 12th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. The excitement and tension have only grown. This is a fight that has been on the minds of boxing fans for quite some time, and now that it's officially on the horizon, the build-up has taken on a life of its own. Both fighters have been at the top of their game for years, each dominant in their respective divisions, and now they are set to clash in a fight that will not only determine who is the best, but could also define their legacies in the sport. It's not just about the belts, though those are certainly important. It's about who can claim the title of being the greatest fighter of their generation, and possibly beyond. This showdown promises to deliver drama, suspense, and of course, world-class boxing. Terence Crawford, who hails from Omaha, Nebraska, has always been a fighter who steps up to the challenge, no matter how big. With his recent move to create a line of merchandise that directly taps into the pride and passion of Mexican boxing fans, he's shown just how much he understands the power of identity in the sport. Crawford released a collection of shirts on his website, featuring his own image combined with the colors of the Mexican flag and the slogan, "Viva Mexico." It's a strategic move that directly targets the huge Mexican fan base, many of whom have been staunch supporters of Canelo. But Crawford isn't just aiming for the Mexican fans who already support him, he's going after those who may be less than impressed with Canelo's approach to the sport. This move shows Crawford's understanding of how boxing, especially in the rivalry between these two fighters, is about more than just the punches thrown in the ring. It's about building relationships with fans and tapping into the cultural narratives that define the sport. By taking a page out of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s playbook, Crawford is also playing the long game. Mayweather, in his own career, used symbolism and cultural references to win over fans, even going so far as to wear a charro hat when he faced Oscar de la Hoya in 2007. That moment was iconic, not just because of the fight itself, but because it showed how a fighter could connect with fans on a deeper level, creating a bond that went beyond just the competition. Crawford is attempting to do something similar by showing respect for Mexican culture and boxing heritage, while at the same time challenging Canelo for supremacy. It's not just about selling shirts. It's about positioning himself as someone who understands the nuances of the boxing world and the emotional investment that fans make in the fighters they support. Canelo Alvarez, who was born in Jalisco, Mexico, has spent much of his career positioning himself as the face of Mexican boxing. His relentless focus on representing his country and his people has been central to his brand and persona. Canelo has often spoken about how he believes all of Mexico supports him, yet this claim is one that's been met with skepticism from some corners of the boxing world. While Canelo has undoubtedly been embraced by a large portion of the Mexican public, there's a sizable group of fans who feel that his boxing style doesn't live up to the legacy of some of the all-time greats. Fighters like Julio Cesar Chavez, who dominated the sport in the 1980s and 1990s, and Salvador Sanchez, who tragically passed away before his prime, are still revered by Mexican fans who believe in the old-school style of boxing: aggressive, fearless, and never backing down. Many of these fans see Canelo's style as more calculated and less about raw passion and heart, which is what they associate with their boxing heroes. While Canelo's achievements in the ring are undeniable, including becoming one of the richest athletes in the world and earning titles in multiple weight classes, there's still debate over where he ranks in the annals of Mexican boxing history. Legends like Chavez, Juan Manuel Marquez, and the late great Raúl Raton Macias are still held in higher regard by many who believe that these fighters represented the true spirit of Mexican boxing. The debate over Canelo's place in the sport's history is unlikely to subside anytime soon, especially as he continues to dominate in the modern era. Yet, with the rise of new stars like Crawford, there are some who feel that Canelo's reign might soon be over. Crawford's merchandise release and his direct appeal to the Mexican fan base seem to suggest that the Nebraska native is well aware of this narrative and is determined to play his part in reshaping the perception of who the true Mexican boxing hero is. As the September fight approaches, The stakes are higher than just the physical title belts that will be on the line. This is about legacy, identity, and the way each fighter is perceived by fans, especially those from Mexico, where boxing has deep cultural significance. Crawford's calculated moves to reach out to Mexican fans might seem like a clever marketing tactic, but they're also indicative of a much larger fight for supremacy within the sport. Both Crawford and Canelo will enter the ring not only to prove who is the better fighter, but to establish their place in the pantheon of boxing legends. It's clear that Canelo, despite his popularity and immense talent, faces a challenger who isn't intimidated by his success. Crawford, who has already proven himself to be one of the most skillful fighters of his generation, is coming for the top spot. He's not just trying to win a fight, he's trying to redefine what it means to be the best in boxing today. At the end of the day, the fight between Canelo and Crawford is more than just a sporting event. It's a cultural battle, a clash of identities and legacies. As fans continue to debate who the true face of Mexican boxing is, both fighters are preparing for a showdown that will determine not just the outcome of a fight, but perhaps the direction of the sport itself. This is more than just a title fight. It's a defining moment in boxing history, and the world will be watching closely to see who comes out on top. Will Canelo prove his doubters wrong and cement his place as one of the sport's greatest? Or will Crawford's strategy and determination be enough to bring him to the pinnacle of boxing glory? Only time will tell, but the countdown to September 12th has already begun, and the anticipation is palpable.